welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys back here. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for watching my videos. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how you can improve your discipline. Now, this is a question that a lot of students have asked me, a lot of people have asked me, how do you become disciplined? I feel like discipline has a lot of definitions to a bunch of different people. I would say discipline is something and somebody else would consider discipline to be something else. And this was evident in one of my TikTok videos and one of the comments on it where somebody said she's yapping, she's talking about discipline, but she studies for an hour a day. But that's because studying an hour a day to me is my form of discipline. And that's something that I want to talk about today. When it comes to discipline, it doesn't mean that you have to do some big thing every single day. When it comes to discipline, you just have to do something small every single day and then build it up. For me, I study an hour a day because if I study for more than 2 hours, for more than 3 hours, I will get burnt out and I will not be able to focus. So for me, the best form of discipline in terms of studying is to study an hour a day. Studying for an hour a day does not mean that I'm wasting time on like making notes or something like that. In that 1 hour itself, I will be able to cover a lot of things if I do it smartly. And again, that all comes down to discipline. I would say that discipline is also paired with practice. That's another way of seeing it. When you practice a certain thing a lot, you will become disciplined in doing it. And when you become disciplined because of the practice, you become an expert in it eventually. So the first thing that you can do in order to build your discipline is to do something small every single day that you can fit into your routine. For example, you can set an alarm every single morning at a certain time. That's the same time every single morning, including weekends. And eventually your body clock will just know what time to get up basically. But do not snooze your alarm. So if you're the type of person that would have like 5 alarms or like 10 alarms like my boyfriend does, then bring it down to just 1 alarm and do not snooze it. This is very, very difficult. And when I started doing this, I would just snooze. I didn't really care about it because there's some days where I'm just like, you know what, it's fine. I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never came, or at least it did, and I never did it. So what I did in order to fix this is number 2. When you set your alarm, use a specific song that would annoy the crap out of you. Basically, choose a song that will annoy you so much that it will make you like physically anger you and make you get up from the bed to turn it off. And that's another one as well. When I was younger, I used to put my alarm like not in a different room, but literally at the edge of my bedroom so that if I want to turn it off, and again, the song is very, very annoying. If I want to turn it off, I literally have to get up and turn it off. So that's one way that you can fit that into your routine. Once you figure that part out, the rest of what you want to do doesn't really matter. Some people want to do their bed in the morning. I am very bad at that. I probably should start doing that, but some people do that. Some people like get their breakfast ready, something like that. People have different routines, but set up a routine that works for you that will help you get started in the morning. Now, the reason why this works is that humans are really good when it comes to compartmentalizing. You have certain emotions for certain things. For example, for me, I have certain emotions when I have exams. And for me to trigger that emotion, for example, like focusing or feeling like I'm literally a genius or feeling like I can do anything that I want, I'm very confident, blah, blah, blah. I can channel that for my exam when I go into my exam routine. So creating routines that you can do for certain scenarios will help you a long way. And this will help you a lot in terms of discipline as well, because discipline is all about routine. So in the morning, you can set up a routine that's the same. Eat the same breakfast if you want, or maybe eat like a similar type of breakfast. Anything you want to do, just have a small aspect that you can integrate with every single day that's exactly the same. Maybe the order of you brushing your teeth, washing your face, things like that. It can be very small. All of this are small things that you can do every single day in order to build up your habits. It takes 21 days to build up habits. Tip number 3 on how to become disciplined, you can also use a reward system. I never really worked well with this. I have no idea why, but I kind of like the reward being the thing itself that I'm doing. So like if I'm trying to do mathematics and I'm very bad at mathematics, if I'm doing a question where it takes me a long time to figure it out, but then eventually I do figure it out, that itself is very satisfying to me, and that is my reward. So reward systems like chocolates, candies, that never really worked for me. In terms of exams, I always give myself a little treat after I complete it, but aside from that, I don't really do anything. So when it comes to reward systems, it depends on you as a person. What type of reward do you want to give yourself? You can also use rewards from other people. So like incorporate your parents, incorporate your friends, have them give you rewards. So say like Taylor Swift tickets, for example. I know that's too late, but some concert tickets or something like that. Struck up a deal with your family in order to motivate you to study. Even like university acceptance letters, things like that, that is so motivating when you get that. So setting up reward systems will help you to form your discipline better, because every time you do this certain routine, it will trigger your dopamine to be released, because you associated with doing this and getting this reward. Basically, eventually you don't even need the reward and you just get the feeling of it. Again, humans are very emotional. We have a lot of feelings, we feel a lot of things. So when we are in a certain moment or in a certain situation, in a certain routine, we will trigger that emotion again. So if you correlate studying with a happy emotion instead of a negative emotion, then you will be able to disciplinedly study every single day. Tip number 4 into being disciplined. One of the things that I really struggle with when it comes to being disciplined, even to this day, even though I call myself as a pretty disciplined person, I struggle with procrastination. I struggle with constantly going on my phone and using my phone and scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours and hours, even though I know that I have to study, even though I know that a coursework is looming. There's a voice inside me where I'm like, it's okay, I can do it later. It's okay, I can do it later. I overestimate myself a lot. How I stop myself from getting into this rabbit hole is to use alarms. So if I am doing, like, let's say I'm going on TikTok and I'm scrolling for hours and I notice that I'm scrolling for hours, I will set an alarm for like 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later. Usually it's about like 10 minutes, because by the time 10 minutes comes around, I forgot that I already did an alarm. So I will set an alarm for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, the alarm will ring and it will literally trigger my fight or flight, and I will get up from the bed. I will get up from the bed and then start going to my study room or go to wherever it is that I need to study, a cafe or whatever it is that will trigger me into studying. So using alarm triggers will help you a lot in this. Tip number 5 is creating a study space that is only for studying or work. So I have this like study room that I'm in right now. This is the room where I only do work, only do studying, and nothing else. I don't sit here and watch YouTube videos. I don't sit here and just like play on my phone. This is the room that I go do work. That's why I'm filming right now. This is the room where I study. This is the room where I do my coursework, where I tutor and things like that. Because of that, whenever I step into this room, I am in the mindset of doing work. I saw a video, actually no, I spoke to a person once. He was a director in a charity. I'm not quite sure which charity it was, but it was like during an event, and he was saying that over COVID, even though he's at home working at home, he will still dress up as if he was going into work. And that's because when you dress up as if you're going to work, it will trigger your emotions into thinking that you are going into work, and it will trick your brain into thinking that you are going to work and put you into the work mode. That's the same with me, but in this room. I don't necessarily get dressed up in the morning. I'm just dressed up now. Well, I'm not even really dressed up. I'm feeling quite comfortable in this, but I'm only dressed up and not in my pajamas because I'm filming a video. If I were just sitting here and studying, I would be in my pajamas, and that's completely fine because I already associated this room with working. So if you want to take it one step further, then you have tip number 6, which is to change your outfit every single day into your work outfit if you are not going to be going outside. So if you work from home, if you're studying from home, make sure you still get dressed up so that you are in the mindset of doing work. This will help you to build up your routine as well. It's like there's that one video where a person said if you want to go to the gym, the first step is to put on your gym clothes, because once you put on the gym clothes, you feel like doing your workout. And because of that, you will actually go to the gym and do your workout. Now, this can be applied to anything you want in your life. It doesn't have to be studying. It can be for work. It can be just to like clean your house and things like that. But at the end of the day, don't forget as well that we are all human. And at the end of the day, if you want to do well in something, you probably will be making sacrifices a little bit here and there. So I'm going to show you what my room looks like because, yeah. So this is what my study room looks like. this is the mess that has unfolded on the side, which I don't show anyone, but I will show it to you now because that is the sacrifice you make if you want to be disciplined and just focus on studying. But yeah, aside from that, I hope this helped you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.